Shalom. My phone 20%. Yeah, we good. You good?
Yeah, Khan. All right, Shalom. So once again, we out here. The prophesy the downfall of America. Come out, tell you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native American and Seminole Indian people who are scattered amongst the earth that you are the Israelites. But before, we get into this, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Heavenly Father in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahakashtada. Right? So, as always, double honors to all the elders out there, the Israelite nation, those of you who rule well, all the brothers diligently hitting the highways and hedges, bringing forth this doctrine, the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, promoting this truth, and diligently performing the righteous acts, the righteous works. All right, so the title for today's, if you will, highways is narrating the ends, the now and ends of your life. Let me make sure I get that right. So like you, yeah, it says narrating life now and to come. All right, so
Get the word narrating.
yeah.
Okay. It's the word narrating. It says give a spoken or written account of. It says tell, synonyms, tell, relate, recount. A good one is unfold, describe, detail,
Yeah, kind.
report.
Yep, report. That's very important. Reporting. That's ultimately so what we do. We just reporting. We pretty much come out and we take an account of what's going on in the world currently, and we're basically just filtering it through the scriptures and reporting what's actually going on. Because most people out here, they have no idea what's going on. So we're reporting reality. We're reporting the truth, because this world, this current world, and how it is and how it be, it doesn't deal with truth. Yeah, you got it.
Isaiah 53:1. Who hath believed our report?
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Who hath believed our report? Because out right now, worldwide, through the week, throughout the weeks, on the weekends, whenever it may be, there's brothers out worldwide bringing forth this truth. And we're telling them what's to come of this world. And ultimately,
And what's going on?
yeah, and what's currently going on,
Yep.
as always. So, as always, we prophesying the downfall of America and the end of the so-called white man's rule, leadership, control of the world. And the question that's being brought forth here is who hath believed our report? We know who hath believed, the ones who have repent. Those are the Israelite nation who, when they hear this word, they repent, they come back to their true power. But who hath heard our report? Who hath believed our report? Salaki.
Yeah, I got some. This is sorry.
Need some juice.
Okay, kind.
Yeah, kind.
This is 2 Corinthians 4. And I'm gonna start at verse 2. I'm gonna start at 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not,
Yeah, kind.
but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High.
Yeah, kind. And it's our ministry. Our ministry is to literally simply do as the Lord tells us to do, which is to come out, promote this word, bid Israel back to the marriage, and not do, report once again, back to our narrating, these events, to the world, namely the world of Israel, but these other nations, they got to hear what's going on as well too. They have to understand that the downfall of their nation is imminent and the uprise of our nation is prominent, If you have anything to add.
Yeah, kind.
Feel free.
this is Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, it's like not 2 and 5. Habakkuk 2 and 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and will set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And that write is what we do with our tongues, you know, alluding to Psalms, the book of Psalms in the 45th chapter, in the first verse. My heart is inditing a good manner. I speak of the things which I have made touching the king. It says, my tongue is the pen of a ready writer. So when the Lord say, write the vision and make it plain, meaning speak the things that are written in the scriptures plainly, you know, clearly and easily, to where people, you know, can get it. And that's what a report.
Yeah, kind.
You know what I'm saying? Like when, you know, you think of, you know, these newscasters, they literally telling people simply what's going on. That's what we doing. Exactly. Hence, they plainly telling people what's going on. Hence, that's what we doing. So when you go back to 2 Corinthians 4 and 2, it says, but have renounced. I'm going to start at 1 again. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry as we have received mercy. Right. This ministry is just basically the report, you know, as far as when it comes to us talking to people, right? Simply what's going on now, you know, and what's about to go on. Okay. It says, and another one of those synonyms there was detail for the word narrating, you know, so narrate, but it says, but have renounced. So, for instance, somebody might, you know, amongst our community, you know, get shot or something like that. A bank might get robbed, a girl might get threw out after reportedly being, you know, transported from trafficking, you know, human trafficking or something like that. And we report that and we detail it to you.
Yeah, kind.
We tell you that the Lord is bringing judgment, and we tell you, to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, that was an act of judgment, and we tell you why he did it. We tell you that the Lord killed. We tell you that it ain't as it appears simply, you know? So we narrate, but it says, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of God. So yeah, like I say, have they not all heard? Their word went forth throughout all the earth. Because we on a world wide web right now. So what is that result in? Every man's conscience seeing us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And with their conscience being mentioned, is because in our reports, we talk about morals. We talk about what you should have did, what you shouldn't have did, what, you know? So that's why the conscience is mentioned right there, because that's what our reports deal with. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's worldwide, man. Like all these people seeing us on the streets right now, you know, they walking past like they don't see us. You know, but we're making every man's conscience, man. You know, all these people, we made manifest in every man's conscience, which you see these are, you know, damn devils, the damn crackers, so-called white people. You know, you got East Indians and everybody. Tell you in Jeremiah 25th chapter what? That we got to pour out this word to all the nations. You know, so not just our own, but everybody. And it's going to start with Jake. So chiefly we out here for Jake, but we're in the chief place of Concord, so it's a little bit of everybody where we at. You know? And what? It results in we being hitting people conscious.
Exactly.
With the type of report we got, you got it.
Yeah, and also to the point, a point the elder brother made last night on his live, you know, a web catches people. Right. So these people's consciences are being caught, you know, because things sit on your conscience, you know. If you see something, you can't unsee something, right, even if you choose to. Right. So when it comes to you, it's sitting with you. And then to go back to another point, which was read in the book of Habakkuk, I'll read it again.
If you get something, I get it for you.
Yeah, Yeah, I was just holding it so I get this real quick. Habakkuk 2, chapter 2 and 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. And standing upon the tower, the job of a watchman was to report what was being seen, what was to come. You know, so it's just furthering that whole point of this is a narration of things simply to come right now and in the near future. You know?
Yeah, to back you up, this I got some. This is Ezekiel. Okay, Ezekiel 33. So like he said, the watchman's job was to basically sit and watch what's to come. You know, and that's exactly what. So since I say that, the Lord has set us up to do. Drop all that. Need that. This is Isaiah 61 real quick. And you know, I'm gonna get that next. So this is Isaiah 61. I'm gonna hold, but I'm gonna jump to the back of what he read, Ezekiel 33, or what he, said, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, for their watchman, right? If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, right? If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take it not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Yeah, so this a real diligent job, because we actually warning people about what the Lord, subscribes as reality.
And to simply tie your point home, like he said, that's what the watchmen set up to do.
Yes.
They simply see what's to come, to keep it simple for you.
Yeah,
and they so famine down the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we telling y'all that, man.
Yeah,
and then if that famine come and hit you, and then we telling you famine is on the way for a specific people. It's like a famine. We seen famine. If the watchman seen famine coming down the street, and he was like, "I'm after women that's, proud and haughty."
Exactly.
The watchman see that, he gonna say that plainly.
Exactly. That's a beautiful point, because that was what I said earlier. You gotta take this vision and make it plain, because it's a direct vision, So being plain is the best way to go about this, because our people, as we know, the Israelites, being so-called black people, I ain't gonna say we're not the brightest people, because we are, but our people don't like to listen to technical, they don't like the technicalities. That's why we, as our culture, if you will, we dumb stuff down all the way. When you think about how we move, how we dress, rap music, how we take a language and we slur it, but we understand it. We talk about money, but we can simply say bread or cheese. All these things are ways that we are communicating and narrating these events that we see. So, the Waterford point that out, because it's not always the easiest job. It's not the easiest job to come out and report to your people and always be clear. But that's why we come out and we work at it. We consistently, have to be updated, consistently making that effort, because it's not the most easy job in the world, but this job comes with the most beautiful reward, so that's why we actually repented and came back to this truth, man, because this world has nothing for us. It's not the easiest job in the world to be against the world, but as far as
I got something.
The reward, it's promising. You got it.
This is the back of what the brother Mahar just said. Okay, it's lucky. This is Romans 12 and it's lucky page stuck together. Romans 12 and 16. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It says, be not wise in your own conceit. You got it.
Yeah, so condescending is
Like you said, you know, our people ain't the the brightest people, if you will. So you gotta what? You know, you find yourself having to, I'm gonna get the word for you, condescend to men of low estate. You can't be talking up here. You gotta make the vision plain.
Yeah, So condescending, you might know the things up here, but everybody in the world, that's the whole point of us being out here. We're trying to call those out of the world, so they can't exactly see what's up here. So again, it's just bringing it down to a point where it's, it's edible. You got to be consumable, you know.
Yeah, when you get the word condescend, you got suna pago, suna apago in the Greek, and it means to yield or submit oneself to lowly things, conditions, employments, you know, not to invade their power. So you don't want to be like, if a person only can grip things, they're only of a certain strength, you don't want to talk above their strength.
Right.
To where they can't grasp it.
Exactly.
You know, whether it's their attention span or a lifestyle. You can't talk to a Jake that's in the hood about what Esau doing and skyscrapers, and he can't relate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make them, hear, you gotta put this in every day. You gotta narrate this. You know, the Bible is literally lives that's being lived right now, in every degree. You know, surely men of high degree are vanity and low. So, paraphrase. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, kind. Yes. Another example is just weightlifting. You don't get under weight, you can't push. You know, so
you're a trainer basically with being a reporter. So you don't give the person more than they can bear.
Nope.
Because that's how the Lord deals.
Nope.
You got it.
And that goes right back into the original point of narrating, which is what? Paying attention to details, watching and reporting, because that's what a good trainer would do. You know, he's going to tell you what your strengths are. He's going to tell you your weaknesses. But to translate that to watching, the overall point is watching. You know, exactly.
You might see, okay, this thing that's down the pipeline is coming at a certain speed.
Exactly.
So you got to report the detail. Like, you only got to. It really ain't that much time left.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But to back another point up, you just said, this Psalms 103 verse 14, for he knoweth our frame. He remembered that we are dust.
Yeah, so that's like, it is a perfect example. The Lord knoweth our frame. And really, everything that you go speak on out here on the highways is going to be, it's not going to be high, because those higher things are made, like when we sit down amongst each other,
If a brother's on that level.
Yeah, if they on that level.
Every brother among your camp ain't on that level. You know what I'm saying? So, for those that is.
Yeah, kind of.
Like the scripture say, if meat make my brother offend, I will not, like Paul said that, he ain't gonna deal with the meat. Because really the milk is what we're supposed to be dealing with.
Yeah, kind of.
People need to start over. These people babies, man. You know what I'm saying? These people, the milk deep to people.
Exactly. Milk is sufficient, man.
Milk is simply how shot so-called Jesus Christ. He didn't die for everybody. He died for the Israelites. Now, who are the Israelites? People can't get that.
Exactly.
But they won't mention Paul.
And even Peter said Paul was,
right.
Like that's hard to understand. Bringing forth stumbling blocks to people.
Yep.
So.
Or niggas stumbling on Paul's writings themselves because they trying to rest with Paul's writings, in which things are, hard to be spoken and he write of paraphrasing,
yeah, exactly,
but the same way they do the other scriptures.
Exactly.
And those same scriptures happen to be what? Milk scriptures.
Exactly.
So if you people tripping up on the milk, according to Peter, who was King David, how much, like that's up there. King David.
Exactly.
But
exactly. Reincarnation.
You got it. Right, exactly. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all these people speak of is what? New Testament. A majority of the New Testament, if you will, is, Paul's writings.
Because that's another thing that's going on right now, which is what? The life, how we narrating the life that is now and the life that's to come, or the life that is now that we telling y'all in detail is all these people you seeing being born and walking around right now, these are a bunch of spirits that just reincarnated. They was here at some point.
Exactly.
From the niggas to the heathens, who actually are the niggas. You know, that type of detail. So the world has, right, and all these people coming back for a final judgment. So the Lord bringing all the spirits dang near that ever existed back on earth right now. So this is why the earth is, you know, is in the worst case it's ever been.
Yeah, you can see it's at like a maximum capacity. You know, we waiting for that birth. You know, that's like the womb that gets that maximum capacity, and it has to be, you know, that baby has to come out, and that's what we were waiting for, man. Everything that we see now is a culmination of what is to come.
This is more so, how you said the baby got to be born, but to relate to what I just said, which was what, how basically the state of the planet Earth and civilization for man is at the worst it's ever been, because all the worst spirits is coming back on Earth. You know, and they all got to come here. That's predestined to come here and be judged for the final time, be around for, because Yahushua on his way back. Every eye got to see him, it said. Now, does that mean that heaven's going to be emptied out of spirits? Well, that's a whole nother thing. And that's a hot thing. You ain't got to mind that. We telling you simply this is what's going on. So think of all the worst people you could ever think of, you know, no matter if they're in a baby form still, that could be Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Coming back, you know? Exactly. Either way, his Caesar spirit here, man. So relate that pretty much to something you said. But I'll just jump to what you went on to say, which I got holding the scripture for. You said, you know, you see a capacity going on right now. So this is revelation. Yeah, like the earth can't bear. Like things is packed. Like it's like when you think of something that's when you think of capacity, you basically gonna go to overcapacitated. So it's like more than can be bared. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how these times, you know, are right now. It's like they're overbearing.
Exactly.
Because that's how you know all the spirits are here.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 18, and jumping to the point, it says verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues." Right, because really everybody that's wicked and that's on this earth, they're either coming here to America, yep, or they're influenced by America wherever they at, you know? Mm-hmm. So this is the place dealing with why the earth is completely wicked, which goes into the point, which was because really everybody that was ever wicked is here.
It's here right now.
You know what I'm saying? But it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities." Now, how could she, you know, remembering is dealing with past.
Exactly.
If the Lord was remembering iniquities, he's thinking about things from 400 years ago. And things that was wicked from 400 years ago was done by people. Exactly. So he's thinking about people from 400 years ago. Now, is it because he's just thinking about it, or is it because these people coming back? You see what I'm saying? It's probably both, yep, you know? But it says what? It go on to say, Salakia. Yeah, for her sins have reached unto heaven the capacity point, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So like you say, everything over capacity. I was just getting that for that.
Yeah, No, that's it, because it's a build-up. It's always been a build-up. It's been a build-up. And we get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and 9, it says the things that have been are the things which shall be. And if you could get it,
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
This
So just to prove, point of getting it is to prove the fact that these things that we see going on are the things that have always been going on, but also likewise, these very same people that has always been are the same people who are back today. You got it?
Ecclesiastes 1 and 9.
Yeah, kind of.
The thing that has been is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
Yeah, so all the very same spirits, no new things, same wickedness, just on an elevated level, because it's been mounting up, it's been stacking up. You can read the next one too.
Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
See, and these things read very easily and really clean. There's not too much explaining you need to do. Is there anything that we see that we even talk about that we can even say is new? That's why it should be easy to come and you know, speak truth, because it's all in front of you, and it's very much proof in many ways to give examples to this proof of what we're seeing. You know, like you would say, like people would say, it's always been a famine. You know, but it's specific famines we've been looking for. You know, and the main for us is the famine of hearing the word. You know, when we're not out here doing this no more. You know, people worried about the famine that's going on, but it's always been a famine of whatnot. You know,
Right.
so these things that we're seeing are just over and over again. It's just they're mounting up to a point where they're over capacity. You can keep on reading.
It says, there is no remembrance, Slaki. It had been already of old time,
Yeah, kind of.
which was before us.
Yeah, see, it is completely proving the point. These things have been already of before us, and I do want to get that too. There's no remembrance.
Okay, kind. It says, there is no remembrance of former things.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go into it, but if there's no remembrance of former things, it also showing you that these people are coming back.
Yep.
They just have no remembrance of those things. That they don't have remembrance of their past life, but very much so those spirits are back here on earth.
Yep. And it says, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come
Oh yeah,
with those that shall come after.
yeah. You can speak on that.
Yeah, so it ain't gonna be, pretty much it says, neither shall there be any remembrance of things, which that word things ain't really right there, but it says of things that are to come with those ain't really right there, but it says with those that shall come after. So there neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So basically anybody that die, right, and they might come back after the things that to come, they're not gonna remember. No one's gonna remember anything to come. Like if you die now and then the kingdom come, you're not gonna remember, you know, none of this, man.
Right.
You know? But it's a gauging meter because for instance, how I said, the thing that has been is that which shall be. So the Lord, you know, he doubled down on that by saying, you shall know a tree by its fruit. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no way, for instance, Nate is Elijah, man. Because Elijah gonna do what Elijah always did. Elijah ain't play with the name of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it's that simple that that man is not Elijah. You know? I had a heavy thing hit me this morning, which I ain't gonna say. You know what I'm saying? But regarding that whole topic dealing with that man, but not Nate. Anyway, I got something. It say, oh, Slocky. This is Ecclesiastes and Ecclesiastes 3. And 15. It says, I'm gonna actually start at 14. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Yeah, so the Lord made spirits, they not gonna ever leave. The scriptures tell you that in the Apocrypha, how man borrowed his own spirit. You know what I'm saying? So one, it ain't even yours to get rid of. It ain't yours to live abominable with, and then be killed for it. And now, because of that, it's destroyed. But it wasn't even yours. That's for the owner to say. Exactly. Like the scriptures say, or the creator to say. Like the scriptures say, the issues of death belonging to our power. When you go to Sirach, the 5th chapter, go into and say what? How mercy belonged to him. Say not that his mercy is great, for mercy belong to him. So yes, these spirits that get, you know, that come down here and live wicked lives out, you know what I'm saying, and get destroyed for it, you know, on the physical plane, right? They not responsible. That life that they lived is not responsible for if, okay, the spirit is gone forever. No, that's not how it works. The Lord created that spirit, man. Because once again, it says what? Ecclesiastes 3:14. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever.
Yeah.
So nobody die. No spirits leave, man. It says nothing can be put to it, nor anything from it. And the Most High doeth it that men should fear before him. So that's a scary thing, man. That's why the Most High. He could take you off the earth and he could send you right back down here. You know? So that's why he the Most High. It says that which has been, this the point, that which has been, right, is now. So all these same spirits that we read about that was like the first spirits, they're now here. They're just in a new form, new body. Ain't none of this stuff new. The cars, these ain't none but new age chariots, you know?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, horses. Where is the horse at? The horse, the engine. That's why they talk about horsepower. You know? Then they actually say Volt 6 wagons.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it say what? It says, and the Most High requireth that which is past. So yeah, and that deals with exactly how we know how reincarnation, which we know to be how the Lord dealing, right?
Exactly.
Works. That deals exactly with how that works. Because when they say he requires that which is past, that mean what? That mean pretty much you live a life now. Basically, everybody got to get got back for what they did in the past. What past? Is it just yesterday? No, it goes all, yeah, but it's even all the way back to your past life. The life you living now is a judgment. It's the Lord getting you back for, or, you know, rewarding you on either end of the spectrum, whether it be good or bad, for what you did in the past. What you did yesterday doesn't decide what happens to you tomorrow. What you did in your past life actually does.
Exactly.
It just look like that, you know? So the Lord requires that which is past, man. How he meet that feat? How will he get Rome back? Rome will, hey, let's get it. You know? This is Revelation 13. Okay. Revelation 13. And we'll jump to the point. It says, Shalaki. This Revelation 13, and I'm going to start with verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. It says, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right? It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Right? And caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And that's dealing with what? Rome.
Okay.
Rome reincarnating as America. That's what it is. You know, and how do we know that's true? Because when you address that first verse, that previous verse we read, it say how he was a lamb that spake as a dragon, but he had 2 horns. Them 2 horns is going to what? Those political parties. What does America have that Rome had? They had they got the political parties. They got the patricians and the plebeians.
Okay.
Your patricians, or your, you know, they will be your modern, your ancient time or Roman time. What?
Patricians.
Yeah, the patricians.
To be the leaders,
No. The patricians will be the modern time Republicans.
Okay,
We're talking about the political party.
Yeah, okay.
And then what? The Shalom, brother. The plebeians will be your modern day who? Democrats. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And that's basically it.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? It's that simple.
Things that have been are things which shall be.
So that's what makes America Rome, and Rome being able to be said to have came back, because the same thing that was going on in Rome is going on here. You know, how did Rome fall? A bunch of things the same things is happening in America right now. There was arguing, it was division, it was uprisings of the people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You had elites that was running things behind the scenes, going into those patras, the bloodline families. You know, it was a bunch of stuff going on. You know, and guess who was under the the subjugation. You know, the Israelites.
Israelites, as always.
You know? But yeah, that's basically it. That's how you know, man. Okay? So it says that, and then when you look in the history of Rome, it says Rome, you say that beast before him, you know, whose deadly wound was healed and lived. Because Rome was known for those swords, man. You know? You know, Rome basically took it out. It rose again, but it wasn't due to the people that was originally running Rome, which I don't mean the Etruscans, right? The original people of Italy, which is the sons of Japhet. I'm talking about the Edomites that took over that. And then after they fell, when Rome fell, right, that's when the Holy Roman Empire came up. And then Esau did what? He went to the cave, you know? But they ended up coming back because basically it was time for us to pay that ultimate judgment. And then note, that's right when the slave trade started.
Yeah, come on.
Like right there. That's literally when it all started. Soon as we start ruling in Europe during the Dark Ages, which if you notice, during the Dark Ages, right after the Dark Ages, they said it was what? The Renaissance, you know? Meaning a rebirth. Why would it need to be a rebirth after the Dark Ages? Because we was actually ruling Europe, man. And they wanted to get rid of all of that proof that we was ruling because they was about to take over again. It's like when you take over somebody's office, you're not gonna leave their stuff there.
Yeah, not at all.
They gonna take their name tag down and everything, man. You know, you move into a new crib, you might find some stuff there from the old people.
Exactly.
You getting rid of that, man. So that was your Renaissance.
Getting rid of it, you might use it, but you go use it in your way.
And if that was the case, well, who's the people? You know, if that's usually the case, well, who's the people ruling before the Romans came back, basically? And they still been going since this time, if you think about it.
No, they
after we failed, yeah, Rome came back and they manifested as America this time. You know, but who's ruling before them then? If there's a rebirth, you know?
Exactly.
Who? It was
Jacob.
Yeah.
It was Israel.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you know, exactly. You got it.
And it makes sense because we was there. You know, if we was in subjugation there, like we basically amongst their demise, we made a come up, you know, and we rose and we was there. You know, but it wasn't meant for us to do so for you know, such a long time. And it's completely documented, you know, because why else would there be a period called a Renaissance? You know, years which came where new letters were created, new letters that formed new names that would never existed. You know, such as the letter J. But the brother got a point.
This is dealing with what? The time when pretty much Rome fell, and like the brother was just sitting here saying, he said what? We was there for the come up, you know? Period. Now how did they fall? This is Romans, right? Not Romans, this is Matthew, which is actually going on during the time of the Romans, right? When Yahushua was here. It said, and you know what's spiritual? Yahushua was actually here when the Roman Empire was actually ruling. And the Roman Empire is back now. So
Man.
where Yahushua at? He here. You see Yahushua right now in the spirit. He about to actually manifest. This is the place he coming back to. He gotta come. Because the thing that has been is that what shall be. When Rome was erected, then Yahushua came.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, kind of.
And what was Rome trying to do? Rome was trying to put to death the Israelites. Persecution of the church. There was all type of stuff going on, man, through that Roman subjugation. But anyway, how did Rome fall? Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And he said, every one. Now note, when you jump to Acts 1:7, it say that the disciples say, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So we really didn't even have a kingdom.
Yeah, not at all.
So who is he talking about then?
Exactly.
See that? He was talking about the one that we was subjected under.
Exactly.
We was still at home. We actually are the kingdom. You know, like he said, the kingdom was with you, but our kingdom hadn't manifested yet. We couldn't have had a kingdom because we was in subjection.
Exactly.
Taxpaying.
As the Lord said, He said if this was my kingdom,
my servants will fight.
My servants will fight. So we know we didn't have a kingdom.
Yeah,
even though our king was here.
Okay.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah.
So no, you got it. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Like for instance, when you go to the book of Mark. Okay, the book of Mark, real quick. Mark. We're gonna go to 17. I believe that's what I want. Mark, nope. It's Luke. It should probably be Luke 17. Luke 17 and okay, kind. Matthew 17. I thought so. Anyway, this is Matthew 17. Okay, when you jump to the 17th chapter, and I'm gonna jump down to verse. I'm gonna start at 24. It says, and when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, do not your master pay tribute? Right, what was Peter and his master? Peter was an Israelite, and the master being Yahushua was an Israelite who sprang out of the tribe of Judah. It says what? And said, he said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom, talking to Peter, of whom do the kings, we weren't kings then, man.
Exactly.
Many kings, we was actually kings, but we had sat down upon the ground at that point, man. Right?
Could we acknowledge ourselves as kings, but we wasn't being acknowledged.
Yeah, we weren't kings, man.
Yeah, kind.
You know what I'm saying? Like you saying. But it says, now who the kings of the earth take custom or tribute, meaning taxes, of their own children or of strangers. And who's those kings? The Romans. Esau. It says, Peter said unto him, of strangers, who took over what? The Greek customs. And that's exactly what America did, which is Rome all over again. They just take over everything Egypt did. You know what I'm saying? They take over, they took over everything. So that's how we know these the same people that did that created Rome and did that then.
Exactly.
Because this place just took on all the philosophies of the previous kingdoms. And that's how they trying to rule, but it ain't gonna work. But it says, so the Romans is back and the Edomites back. But it says, Peter said unto him, of strangers. Yahushua said unto him, then are the children free. See that?
Right.
So he said we ain't free. So how could what he said in Matthew 12 solely be about us, in regards to us, which was Matthew 12 and 25. Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. He was talking about the Romans.
Right.
He was telling us this is how it worked. We truly a kingdom, right? But it wasn't really talking about us. He wasn't really talking about us, really. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? We're going to get the kingdom anyway. So he was talking about them. And he was actually talking about Rome twofold. He was talking about Rome at that time and the Rome to come.
Exactly.
Because what happened when Rome fell? They was divided against themselves.
Exactly.
It says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. You know, if Satan cast out Satan,
Exactly.
peace is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? See?
If our could, just to the point.
Yeah, you got it.
The point that was just made. The title of this is narrating life now,
Right.
and to come. That's what Yahweh was doing.
Yep.
You know, we simply in Yahweh stead, following those same works, and that's why we use this word, because you know this is what's going to actually stand correct at all points in time. But I just thought that was interesting because, like as the brother just said, Yahweh was talking about the kingdom then, but he's actually further talking about what we see now. You know, so the same very situations that's, you know, that went on then is going on right now. He was watching actually a kingdom coming to an end. It was falling. It was crumbling actually. It was already crumbling. Because otherwise, why else would he say that? You know, a kingdom. What is it? A kingdom that is divided amongst itself shall fall.
Yeah, divided against itself. All the Romans was divided divided in that time when you go into the history, you know, and it fell. And we was right there for the fall, so we came up for a little time, going into Revelation, the 20th chapter, you know, which is when Esau got pushed up into the caves, and you know, Georgia, Russia, you know, which is the Caucasus mountainous regions, you know, showing you that those people were Edomites, because Esau was a cave dweller. Okay, which I'll get. This is Revelation 20, and straight to the point. It says, I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna actually start at 2. And he laid hold on the dragon. I'm gonna start at 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, Esau. It says, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Because when you go into the dark ages, they say we ruled roughly, that went on for roughly 1,000 years, 900 roughly years. So basically it's talking about when we ruled over you so-called white people for 1,000 years in Europe, man. When we was ruling Europe. King James, so-called black man, after Rome fell, and the Holy Roman Empire was erected. Not resurrected, but erected, right? It says, so that was prophesied to happen. When Rome fell, we will be there for that fall. Esau will be out of his money for basically 1,000 years. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So what? They was put in a cave, you know? They was pushed up into the caves, which, you know, you got a lot of history that goes on in that goes into that. The Moors was there for that, you know what I'm saying? All them kings, man, you know? Esau wasn't nowhere to be found. That was the demise of the Roman Empire. When they fell, you know, Esau they went into caves. You know, that's where you get that whole cave dweller thing at. And then what happened? So that's what was to come, and what, you know, and it happened. And then it said, but after 1,000 years he had to be loose. Now when you jump down to verse 7, it says, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. See that? So he would come out of those caves. We was just there for like a break.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even us ruling. You know? Cause Jake wasn't really ruling like on some Israelite stuff for real. You know? We was in our bag, but we wasn't really on the Israelite, which is why we went back into captivity, because we still weren't doing it right.
Exactly.
We was still off. Really look, when you really look at the history, we wasn't really under the Israelite act like that.
No, not at all. And then
I ain't gonna say not at all, but
yeah, kind.
You know, not like that.
Yeah.
You know, because you go into to everything they was doing. You know, Jake had the morals of the law. Jake was dealing with the book. Jake was worried about the scriptures, the garments, everything. You know, but it was still off. This is like what the Northern Kingdom called themselves coming over here doing. Dwell in the land which no man had ever dwelt. And there they might, keyword might, keep the law, which they couldn't perform in their own place. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is Revelation 20, and 7 continue verse 8. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations. So once they will come out of those caves, they will go out to deceive the nations. Hence, start this thing called the what? The Renaissance, the rebirth. See that? And that rebirth exactly goes into Revelation, the 13th chapter. How it said what? It says, verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused it the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. See that? So that's literally telling you, when I'm gonna jump to 14. It says, and deceiveth them. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. See that? By the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, and which had the wound by a sword and did live. So they ultimately was put down, put to death, but they came back. The beast, it came back. That beast before it, this one that came back trying to act like it, the whole time just to be that beast that was put down, coming back.
Yeah,
so really, how this place tried to build these pillars and these Roman structured cities, it's not that they're just inspiring to do what the Romans did then, what the Edomites did then. They actually are those Edomites coming back.
Exactly.
This is just simply Rome coming back.
Exactly.
Hence, back into Revelation 20 and 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So that was what? Rome coming back. The Holy Roman Empire falling, and Esau coming out of those caves and back into power to fulfill it, to finally live by that sword completely. And he did it on a level he ain't never did it. Because remember, Rome almost took over the whole earth. Because what Rome was doing, they was going around subjugating whole nations and countries. And when they did it, they had forced the nation to become, this is how they was taking over the earth. When they showed they could punk certain countries, they'd make the country become confederate with them.
Get down, lay down.
Yeah, and they'd do it. And you look at the whole, basically, they damn near took over the whole earth. You know? Now, they didn't fulfill that feat, right? But that's why they went into the caves eventually. You know? But see, when they will come back, now Esau gonna fulfill that. He basically gonna fulfill it. It's gonna be like 99%. That's that new world order, which is really one world order. When it's a one world order, that's everybody on one page. But who page is it?
Exactly.
Dr. Ray Hagan said it. He said whoever controls the page controls the thinking of the age. And who controls the pages? The so-called white man, man. You know, you need a page to white something out. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have a page. If I tell you to white something out, you gotta have a page to do it.
Do something.
Who made white out, man? You know? The ones with the pages, changing history.
Whitewash.
You know? Which was going into what? The Renaissance. Renaissance meaning what? Rebirth. So in that process of them rebirthing themselves to finally go on and fulfill, you know, their Dexter's laboratory, wild as a, really Mandark. Mandark's, yeah. You know, they would have to get rid of the previous tenants, which was us, which would be through what? Whitewashing, hence iconoclasm. You know?
That whiteout.
Yep. And that's
having control of the page.
And that's going into what? The deception, the deceiving. You know? And guess what? That was just the beginning. It's still going on now.
As you said, you
got it?
It's 99%, you know?
No, it's gonna be 99.
It's gonna be, but we are like, what, 90, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And back to a previous point was the fact that, you know, this place is getting to capacity. Like, if a building has a certain capacity, if you 90% full, you know, you see that place is really full, you know what I'm saying? It don't really take it to completely all the way over capacity for you to see that this place is, you know, getting to a point where it's sort of out of control.
Yep. And for instance, my sword in my bag, but for instance, when you matter of fact, you can grab it. It's in this yeah, you should see it's right there. Probably the one in front of that one.
Bigger part. Yeah, got it.
You just put the bottom back in there. I just got a quick scripture. This is Sirach 10 and verse 4. It say the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Right? So really y'all not running and the Lord allowing this to go on. And I got one more for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon in the 6th chapter. You know, you get ready to go into slavery if you ain't an Israelite, man. You know? This is Wisdom of Solomon 6. And I'm going to start at verse 3. I'm going to actually start at 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the end of the earth, of the ends of the earth. You know? Because Rome was trying to take over the whole earth, but they failed at it then. But now they're back, and they're way further in that venture. That's why I say, oh Lord, allow him not to, you know, allow them not to achieve their enterprise. You know? It says, so give ear ye that rule the Lord, give ear ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. That's Esau. Habakkuk 2.
Yep, 2 and 5.
Yeah, it said to him, you ain't got to get it. Him that gathereth unto him
all nations,
yeah,
all people.
You know, who's a proud man and is as death. You know, but it says what? It says, for power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. You see? So there it is, man. So to pretty much show you what's going on now, you know, Rome is trying to, you know, achieve their, you know, their desires of then.
Yeah, kind.
He said, you by their tree, by their fruit, yeah, by their fruit you shall know them. And then when you go to when you go back to the book of I could really drop this one. Let me get it. No, you good. This when you go back to the book of Ecclesiastes 1, it says, verse 15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. This in the same chapter talking about how things that has been is that which shall be.
Exactly.
So if you was once crooked, you always gonna be crooked. If you was once after ruling the whole earth and, you know, subjugating everybody, you gonna always be after that, man.
Yeah, kind.
You know, it says, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. Woo! That's Esau.
Yeah.
And that which is wanting cannot be numbered. You know, you can't say how much he want because it ain't no max to it. You just keep going.
Yeah, they ask his death. You know, I forget the exact. That's the back to the Habakkuk chapter 2, 5. You know,
keeping it simple.
Yeah,
that's it. He said, gathered unto him. You know, his desire is as hell.
Yeah, exactly.
It cannot be satisfied.
Can't be satisfied, exactly.
That which is wanting cannot be numbered. That's talking about Esau. So he the crooked. And that's exactly what the scriptures say, that crooked serpent. You know? That's him. So Rome is the serpent, you know, deceiving people out of their own. You know, and that's powerful because that's what the serpent did. He deceived Eve and Adam out of their own. And when Rome set up, they had the same tactics. Why? Because the people that was running Rome was the serpent. They was of that serpent line, man. You know? Esau, that old serpent called the devil, was deceived the whole, you know? This nigga been doing this since the garden. He did it, you know. He tried to do it as when he was Esau, as a child. He tried to deceive Isaac. He was like, Esau, he's like, Jacob took my, You know, he
Stole
yeah.
my blessing, my birthright.
This nigga whole
Not
sold
my
it.
blessing.
Jacob got the receipt and everything.
Everything.
And he talking about you stole it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That job crazy, man.
And put on the whole show, you know?
So the point is what? The point is what? Pretty much, that's what's going on right now. Rome is in there. They're after their enterprise. They're trying to complete their enterprise by any means necessary. Okay? And you know what? Since I say that, let me grab that real quick. This is so we taking y'all, we take the right and we make it plain to you. You know? And how, you know, I'm gonna just get it, then we can go into it. I'll hand it to you. It's in the book of Job. It's in Psalms too, though. So this is what's going on right now. Rome back, man. You know? Rome back. Rome is back. Rome back, man. The Persians and Medes weren't trying to come back. Moab and them couldn't come back because they was never on.
Exactly.
Egypt could never actually come back because the actual people of Egypt, they been tore down. The Lord scattered them amongst, they not even the people no more. Like they still here, but they not even like on that anymore. The Egyptians that's now there, those not the real Egyptians. And yeah, we say Egypt is back because of Esau. Right. Remember, Rome everybody do what they always did. This is Rome, right? So what did Rome do? Let's look at it in the actions. They took
Egypt.
Yeah, well, no, that was Greek. But technically, yeah. Rome was taking simply, right? Rome was taking other people's culture.
Exactly. Because
they took Greece. And the Greeks took what? Egypt. Going into Cleopatra's father when they was they was going to take and conquering it through the Diadochi.
Right.
But guess what? The Romans, and they look, and simply they went number so-called white dudes, right? And then when they was done with that, they was taken down by other so-called white dudes, basically. And then they took over what they had. You know what I'm saying? So Rome, simply, they just took other people's philosophies. And that's exactly what America's doing. So this is how we say Egypt is back. Through Rome being back. Because Rome would take other people's places. So this is why you got pyramids everywhere. You got pyramids on dollars. You know, Esau's a Freemason, but it's dealt, everything with it deals with Egypt. You know? Because Esau's he's in the philosophy. You know? He's in the mingling. He's in the completely doing exactly what the Lord say don't do. You're not supposed to mingle seed. Seed it's not just physical seeds planted in gardens, it's spiritual seeds. And that's what Esau will do. Because, for instance, look, you go to California, you can find something called a porridge, which is what, a plum and an orange together. That's abomination, right? And then you take all these different philosophies, like when you watch them on the news channels, right? You see behind them a big bookcase of all these different philosophies. Exactly. When there's only one book. You know what I'm saying? Now every book, you can read books, but every book you should read it should just prove what this book's in. Yep. You know? So, but anyway, this is Job 5:12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You know? Like this. This is mingle doctrine. Her right there. She got a head wrap on, but her tail out, man. You know? That's bugged out. Yeah, that's mingle seed. That's mingle doctrine. Because the seed goes into word, you know? But anyway.
Got something real quick.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, just real quick, Matthew 6:24 says, "No man can serve two masters, for either one will hate the one and love the other, or else."
I mean, if you want to read, I'll just speak.
No, that's good.
Whatever you want to get, I get. You know what I'm saying? But you got it.
No, it's just on the point. Like, you can't serve two masters, you know? You trying to be in a certain state, wrap your head, but at the end of the day, the rest of your body, you know, is open. You know, I was just speaking to that point, though. You know, you can't serve two masters.
You got it.
Yeah, kind. You can read what you just read in Job again.
This is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. It says he disappointed he disappointed the devices of the crafty. It says so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, kind. At the end of the day, it's all of the Lord to bring forth His will. You know, they're in the hands of the Lord. Ultimately, you can get Job 9:24.
Okay, yeah, I got something too. This is Job chapter 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
See, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
Or is. So it is now. It was and it still is. That's why is there. You know? Because was, imagine if was there.
Right. That'd be the whole story.
It's over with already.
Exactly.
Was not in the hand. No, it is.
Yeah.
So at some point it happened, which would be the was, but since it is, you have that and
Currently, no.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know? But it says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is he?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole point being is they have the earth right now, the wicked, that is, and we know the wicked to be Esau, according to the scriptures.
Yeah, it's powerful too. That's what Rome wanted. They wanted the whole earth.
Exactly. They trying to rule this whole thing. So ultimately what they desire has been put in their hands to perform that enterprise. But we just read in Job chapter, what was it, 5? Or was it 9 and 5?
Yeah, 5 and 12.
5 and 12, you know, that enterprise is not going to be complete because, once again, the earth was given to them. And if it was given to them, it also could be taken away from them. Right. And we read that in Sirach
10 and 4.
10 and 4, you know?
Yeah, Con, I'm going to get that again.
Yeah,
Con. Sirach 10 and 4, and I got some. It says, I'm gonna just get this real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 3. For power is given. So let me just start at 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. This really talking about us, but then they took our stead over right now. And it says what? Give ear ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord. See? For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels.
Yeah, kind. And that's ultimately, again, that's word given to us, but we not in that stead right now, so
it's them.
It's them. Same rules, if you will, laws apply. Something's given to you.
Assume the position, as they say.
Yeah, simply put, you know, assume that position. And again, something given can be taken.
Sirach got it. Sirach 10 and 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
As always, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. That power, that position of power is always going to be in the hand of the Most High. It's in the hand of the Lord, so He gives and He takes. The earth can be given into your hand, and is right now, but it also can be taken.
Yeah, because it ultimately goes into what? What does it mean? Well, I thought you said he said he give it into their hands. Well, what it means that by it being in His hand is He still got the say so, the control. This is Sirach 18 and 2. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He. It says, who governeth the world with the palm of His hand. he governs the world. He governs the affairs. What the kings do, you know, is all, and ultimately, you know, gonna do is all pretty much decided by the hand of the Lord. Because, for instance, what you do comes from what? It comes from your mouth. You know, if I can real quick.
Yeah.
This is it's like it comes from your mouth, and what you say comes from your and what comes from your mouth comes from your mind, which is what? Governed by the hand of the Lord.
Yeah, kind.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whither so he will. So yes, everything's in Esau's physical possession, but ultimately, everything he goes on to do with those possessions is decided by the Lord. It's in the hand of the Lord. You know? Because everything he will go on to do is what his mind tells him. But that's what's in the hand of the Lord. So ultimately, if the Lord got the mind of the hands that has the earth, he got the earth in his hand. You know? As they got that song. He got the whole world, you know?
In his hands,
Because he got everybody's mind, man.
You get Psalms 90 and 9.
This is Psalms chapter 90 and verse 9. It says, for all our days are passed away in thy wrath. In thy wrath, we spend our years as a tale that is told.
And it's just a further proof of the point. We just, regardless of what you think, you in the hands of the Creator, the ruler, the Most High, man. And ultimately, your thoughts come down to what he gives you to think, you know? So your orchestration is going to come down to his hands. He's the actual orchestrator of what we all see and playing out here, man. However you may perceive it or not.
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, kind.
This is Job. No. This is Jeremiah 12. It's like this is Job 12. And hey. Okay, Job 12 and 16. This whole chapter basically good. It says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his.
Yeah, that's strong, man. The deceiver and the deceiver are his. It's beautiful when you can actually come to the realization that.
Yeah, we was talking about that. That's heavy.
Yeah, we really just, like, regardless of how it goes, I believe, I forget the statement that was said in that conversation. Basically,
week, yeah, when we left.
Yeah, it was something crazy, but basically,
yeah. If the spirit keep going there, I'll say it. But
yeah, please do if you got it.
I mean, pretty much just saying the basically what's going on is whether or not the Lord allow you to realize everything as it is, which is the fact that there's no free will because he's controlling everything.
Exactly.
And that makes you blessed because with knowing that, you're able to not be hard on yourself. If you know you ain't in control of nothing, you know the Heavenly Father's in control. But see, and where you can see the disadvantage in that is in someone who thinks they actually have free will and think, oh, I did that, I messed up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which comes from them thinking they don't have free will. I mean, they do have free will.
They have it.
So now you able to commit suicide or just be way harder on yourself and worse than you need to be, man. You know what I'm saying? And it can lead you to doing stupid stuff because you might actually think through him allowing you to think that way.
Exactly.
That you can go stop Esau and it get you killed.
It get you killed. It get you all types of jacked up. And as you, again, leaning on thy own understanding, everything you've been warned against.
So ultimately, stay on the point, you ain't blessed. You can see it. How you doing, man? You know, ultimately you can see it. If you don't understand that, if he ain't exposed you to that, right? Reality is truth. You know, you're not blessed, man. Cause once he lets you see that, you like, oh man, you know, it's crazy. You gonna stop fighting with people, fighting with Jake.
Exactly.
See, people, he allows them to think the opposite, even though he's still actually controlling them.
Yeah.
That's,
just,
yeah, man.
The thought is really up there. If you get St. John 8:32,
this is St. John 8:32. He lead too, so he said he had something. That ain't got nothing to do with me. This is St. John 8:32. It says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free."
Yeah, so this truth is what's gonna make you free. Knowing the truth. When you actually know the truth, you set free from believing whatever it is you think you know. You know, that's what's actually setting you free. That's going back to, you know, what was initially said. Like, the fact is, there's no free will, and that's part of the knowing the truth. And knowing that exactly is what it sets you free from the thoughts of, you know, going off to maybe you want to kill yourself because you don't exactly understand why or where or how or what things are, what you truly experiencing, you know. And again, all these things go back to the fact that you in the hands of the Heavenly Father, and you playing out His tale that is being told.
Yeah, I got something.
Okay.
This is Revelation 17 and verse 17. It says, "For the Most High hath put in his hearts, Salaki, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will." This is done with what? Pretty much the completing of the beast and the love and relationship and the reveal of the whore that's among the beast, that's using the beast, which is America. You know, the beast being NATO and the EU. Okay? So these people that basically, those that resurrected Rome. You know what I'm saying? The resurrection of Rome, that. Right? For the Most High has put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So everything that is going on is under the will of the Heavenly Father, man. I mean, ain't no free will in any regards. And even when you look at scriptures like this, for instance, how he said, basically like for instance, reincarnation. If you can't retain your spirit and stop yourself from coming down here, ain't no free will. It wasn't no free will to actually begin with, because you didn't send yourself down here. Nor can you stop yourself from leaving from down here. You know? They say there's no man that has power to retain spirit, man.
Yeah. There's no forget exactly what it say, but it says there's no
discharge in that battle.
Yo.
The Lord is in control of all this, man. By every means, man. You know, so what we seeing play out right now, which we're sitting here narrating, is what's written in this book, man. What's now and what's to come. So you're seeing the people trying to perform their enterprise, but they playing themselves because the Lord has allowed them to believe that they're ruling.
Exactly. You got something?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, and no, this is Daniel, Salakia. This is Daniel, and I'm gonna start at 17. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers." Woo!
Right back. Yeah,
it says, "And the demand by the word of the holy ones." So we telling you what's gonna be, and we demanding a certain thing by the word. A certain thing is being demanded by the word of these watchers who are actually these holy ones. You know, the holy ones being talked about. It says, "To the intent that the living may know right? You people walking around, right? On both ends. Those that truly ain't living, but they walking around, and those that's actually alive in the spirit, truly alive, you know? You know, it says that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men. So he could take a bum and make him the king of them all, man. And that's what he did with Esau, man. And see, even though we've been perceived to be the bums right now to you people, guess what? He gonna do it with us.
Yeah, kind.
You know, we perceived as the basis of men. These people would never think we gonna be ruling, man. As it says in Psalms, the 10th chapter, man, the 11th chapter, Sirach, the 11th chapter.
Exactly.
One that was never thought of had worn the crown, man.
Nope.
You know? So that's what you're seeing play out, man. The Most High ruling in this kingdom the whole time. So these so-called heathens, these so-called crackers, these damn devils, you know, the Romans back, the Edomites, right? And all that was with the Romans, that were of other nations joined up with them to fulfill Esau's one world order. They tried to do it then. That's what they was trying to do like, cause Greece, they kind of try to do it, but then they got on their Roman. That's when Esau, when he was on his Greek job. But then when he was like, "Now we're gonna step it up. We're gonna do this Roman shit." They went and took Rome, and then they really tried to fulfill it. But you see the initiation of it as the Greeks with Antiochus.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
That every man should leave his law, his own customs. You know what I'm saying? And First Maccabees, you know. Now did it stop when they fell? No.
Not at all.
Because they just turned into Romans. That's all they did, man.
You get Malachi 1 and 3.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 3. And it reads, it says, "And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness."
And that's the Lord speaking. He hate Esau. The thing that hath been is the thing that always shall be, man. Paraphrasing, you know? So he hated Esau. You got it.
It says, "Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts."
Yeah, that's it right there. Esau, their whole thing is to return and rebuild, man. They didn't get slapped down. You know, we talked about the 1,000 years they was down. Jake was up, but they came back and they rebuilt those desolate places. Thus, we talked about the Renaissance period. And then the furtherance of that Renaissance period spilling over to our current times, which is a product of the Renaissance period. Everything being whitewashed, everything being completely restarted. You know, these heathens furthering, scouring a nation amongst the earth, you know, and now we all over here today in a place that's called America, you know, living out this, you know, they come back and rebuild these desolate places. But the ultimatum of this place is that it's not going to last. It's not going to stand forever. Because once again, the Lord hated Esau, man. You got it.
Yeah, Khan. I got some too.
Yeah, Khan.
This is Malachi 1 and 4 continued. "But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Khan.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai had indignation forever."
Yeah, so the Lord hates the so-called white man forever, and He's not going to let His nation stand. Once again, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, as we've been going over in and out throughout the scriptures. This is a constant theme, and these people, they have been put in a position to believe that they're, you know, the powers, the rulers that be, but ultimately, the Most High, that position always stands. You know, so they'll never be that. And the Lord said that He's going to build. We see these places built up. We see all the nations that are amongst the earth being built up. But the Lord said He's gonna destroy those places, man.
Yeah, you got a man that has a God complex.
Yeah.
You know, that's talked about. He said that I am and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really, that's what the Most High name, you know, if you translate it to English, that's what it says, I am. But it means he exists. He think he the it.
Right.
The so-called white man thinks he's the I am. The I am that I am. He thinks he is the he is. No. You know? Because the Most High's enemy, and the scriptures say that the so-called white man puff at all his enemies. So he really think like he like, I'm it. You know? After me, there is no, he said, I live up, he saw like I lift up my hand and say, I live forever. That's the spirit this man is in, man. You know, you see it in all this technology that he has. They making they grew a damn lamb in a fake embryo, man. It was a fake embryo, man. You know, they making homeborn, like, and this woman that's actually like this is stuff actually coming out. Like, this woman that's actually okay, other so-called white race, that's okay with having artificial wombs. You know? It's beyond that. It's beyond that shit. A test tube baby that started off with surrogates. Dwayne Wade's daughter, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's daughter is test tube babies.
Kanye's babies.
Yeah, them test tube babies. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, no, they taking the thing that the baby sit inside of the woman, which helps grows and facilitates the growth of the baby. They making an artificial version of that. So it's like an artificial womb. They already did it with a lamb. They actually making lambs from scratch.
If I could,
you got it.
Point, just the point is like the whole test tube thing. They put that into a woman, you know, a surrogate. Like he said, that's what holds that baby. He's saying this is a whole nother level. They making wombs, you know.
Right.
They're making a womb.
Yeah, that get put into another woman.
Yeah,
That's from the woman's man. You know, but she can't have babies, and they put it in another another woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's dated. Esau on a whole new level. But see but that just proved the point, which is what? He think he the Most High.
Exactly.
Because the Most High made the womb.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He said, before I formed thee in the womb, I knew thee. So Esau, he get in the scriptures and see how he could be the Most High.
Exactly.
You know? He think he can make fake grass, you got turf. All these things, that's what's going on right now. All this genetically modified this. That's the so-called white man fulfilling what's written in the scriptures, which is what's going on right now. You know, and what's ultimately to come, which is how he's trying to be the Most High, man. You know, it's to the point he think he can battle. He's gonna get to the point where he think he can battle the Most High, and he's gladly mistaken, man. Damn, the Lord is gonna, man, you can't even say what the Lord is gonna do because it's gonna be so devastating, you know? And he's just letting this dude completely get on that level, man.
Yeah, kind. To add, you know, you see it in everything. When you just look around, like we spoke earlier about the chariots. You know, these cars, they fake chariots, man. You know, it's so many different ways, and the reason.
Well, when I said that was more so in the ancient sense. Now you do, so to add, you do have cars that they literally trying to turn into chariots completely. Like, for example, like these modern cars you see, these, you know, it could be an old Honda, old Honda, it could be anything. These cars you see, these are modern forms of the methods of transportation then. Right? Simple horses, we went into that. But you do have on the level now where they actually, the so-called white man is actually trying to manufacture cars that are based upon the spaceship design of the Most High, his vehicles. For instance, you got what? The Tesla. If you look at the new Tesla, they got the doors coming up. Like, you know how you got on a Lamborghini, the butterfly doors and all that. The way that they got the door, they got that basically on the Tesla, this particular Tesla. But the way the doors lift up is like a spaceship.
Right.
And then if you look at Justin Bieber got a car, the way he got the car custom made, it looked like basically the frame is lower than the tires. So where when he drives on the street, it looked like the car floated. You know what I'm saying? So just to add, you know.
Yeah, the water.
Yeah, but not so somebody won't think we up here, you know, because you got it in both senses.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yep. 'Cause my ultimate point is people down here, they accept this stuff as if it's a level, and they give reverence to the person who so-called created it, you know, which is the so-called white man. You know, and that's really, you know, really was my point. But yeah, the water for the clarity.
This is yeah, like I said, more so for them. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly.
It ain't no gonna be no schism in nothing we say.
Exactly.
We speaking sound doctrine. Like this, all of this is the damn horses coming back, the muscles whipping and, you know, saddling. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can tell. It literally look like it. But now it's to the point this nigga want to replicate the chariots in the sky. You know, because remember, really when you read in the scriptures and they say chariot, the Lord vehicles, they not necessarily chariots. The reason why they say chariots is because we understood that, like how I say the chariots of the Most High is 20,000.
Yeah.
The reason why the word chariot is there is because that's what we knew as transportation. So they're not actual chariots. You know what I'm saying? He said he had us write chariot, so we like,
you understand?
Yeah,
it's a means of transportation.
It's a vehicle, if you will. You know, but we gonna get the name of what they actually call. You know what I'm saying, when they come, or what they call them. You know, because obviously you got chariot in the Hebrew, right? But that's not a chariot. Like
exactly.
He said my thoughts ain't your thoughts. Yeah.
That's just what, and that even aided to the point, because that's just what we receive in here.
Right.
Everything is so far beyond
wisdom
on the Lord's level. And Esau is not, you know, he's presenting you something that's not even, he'll never be the Most High. Simply put, man. He'll never be the Most High. None of this stuff you see is it.
So trying.
But he's so trying. And he got a lot of people deceived, because that's how the devil works. You know, he works through deception.
Yeah, I got something. This is Romans 9:16. It says, I'm going to start at 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared through all the earth. Yeah, the Lord, he just like he raised Pharaoh up. When we read this chapter, this is actually in relation to how the Lord hate Esau. You know, because Esau was going to become Pharaoh. Because why? Esau was trying to take what ain't his. So you're gonna take, you know, you're gonna try to take the philosophies up in Egypt, the philosophies up in Pharaoh, to where he is the Pharaoh. That's why when you read Isaiah the 30th chapter, say, my people walking down and going to Egypt to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Is that actual physical Egypt? Ain't nobody walking to Egypt. Most Jakes ain't even left they neighborhood, man. So that's talking about going down into America, you know, to see what, you know, the white man has for you to get into. You know, to try to get a gain of his. You know, you try to actually go, you know what? Dude always come on TV. You just sit on the couch anyway. How about you, you know, you got dudes that actually, which he set up through the so-called white man anyway, but you got dudes that actually try to go on and, you know what, I'm going to take up, you know, I'm going to try to go strengthen myself in that, in Everest.
Exactly.
Everest College.
They invited you down, come on.
The hands-on course. You know, but it ain't nothing more than furthering your slavery. Cause why? It say everyone that is the servant is lender unto the borrower.
Nope.
You know, nope. You probably got to get a loan to pay for that, man. Every time you get a loan, you're furthering your slavery. You know, period. Taxes and debts. That's what makes you enslaved, man. That's how the Lord said it, man. You know?
Yeah,
and guess what? That's what was going on in Rome. Yep. So how is it going on now? Because Rome back. You got it.
Yeah, kind. And to the point, you know, that's how you a slave when you owe what, taxes and debt. And that's something we read earlier. You know, then are the children free? You know, because we still owing taxes, we owing debts on loans that we actually taking. At this point, trying to be part of this system. At one point we were subject, and we still are subject, but at this point we got people completely buying in, which is the other end of the spectrum. We have these people that's completely bought in to the system of this world. And that's why the Lord hates these people, man.
Well, he hates y'all. He hates them more than that shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He hates y'all. Man. He hates y'all for so much stuff. Before he made you, he hated you. He hated you. Before you even did anything, he hated you.
Yeah, he created you to hate you, man.
You read Romans the 9th chapter to tell you that the children born of. Let me get it, because they be like, oh my God. This is Romans 9. Okay. We telling you what's going on. It's the people that's on earth right now that were hated before they even did anything, but they will go on and manifest why.
Exactly.
Look at them. This Romans 9 and 9. For this is the word of the promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, or Yahweh, according to election, might stand. It says, not of works. See, we read it again. For the children being not yet born. This is talking about the children of Isaac and Rebekah, which were Esau and Jacob. They weren't born yet, right? They weren't born yet, right? Neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So whatever he purposed up, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Exactly.
So he already had two spirits predestinated to play out a certain side of the balance. So it didn't matter and manifest some feeling that he would have towards them based upon whatever work he predestinated them to. So it didn't matter what they were going to do. Now Esau, if everybody that know or don't, everybody should know, but Esau went on to be chosen to be the wicked.
Yep.
And Esau is who? The so-called white man. So before they was even born, the Lord hated them, man, because they was created to be hated. And everything they do, it shows why the Most High hate them completely. Completely. And it's just the facts. This is Romans 9 and 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Meaning what? Esau was chosen to be the wicked, and Jacob was chosen to be the, which is what he hated. And Jacob was chosen to be the good, which is what he loved. What shall we say then? And remember, that was chosen for them before they was even born and did anything, man. And once again, these people is the progenitors of the so-called black people and the so-called white people, right? And including you so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, being a part of the so-called black people, who is Jacob, by the way, and Esau being these so-called white people. But it says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, right? Whoo! Ain't no free will.
Exactly. It's not of him that willeth.
You can't even change it. You can want to, but It don't matter.
Exactly.
It says, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that sheweth mercy. So yeah, before they came out the womb, they was hated, man. Now to go back and say what we were just getting into is the debt thing. This is how you know you're in slavery, man.
Yeah.
He was picked to be the one to try to play the Most High and be the reason why the Most High got to come back. You know what I'm saying? He was picked to be the one that will go so far in man's sight that people start to think he the Most High. And he know, the Lord even allowed him to see the stuff he doing to be like, yo, I gotta be the Most High. Look at what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Esau probably be tweaking himself out like, damn, this gonna really
Yeah. I might actually.
You know, when you do something good, you be like, damn, that's me.
Yeah.
That's some heavy stuff. Esau, you know.
Yeah, you gotta think they sit at the top of the world. They looking down at everything. You know, they able to live inside the high rises, the skyscrapers. They make the skyscrapers. You know, they make the jet planes. You know, they make all of the nuclear technology that the world fears. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's so they believe. You know, because the Lord, you know, He created the artificer. You a creation of the Creator. You know.
Yeah, the waste to destroy.
Yeah, He created the waste to destroy. So it always comes back, man.
Yeah, Con, I got there too real quick because I go into the point.
Yeah, Con.
It's Isaiah 54:16, and it reads, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. For I have created the waster to destroy." Yeah. So if He created the waster to destroy, that means what? This the Lord's destruction that's coming, man.
Exactly.
You know, World War III brewing that's the Lord's work. That's of His will. Once again, giving Him a reason to come back and show He the Most High. You got all these videos you can watch on how everything will just be decimated and people will burn up immediately. But then that's when the Most High step in, like, says who?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What about them? And that's how we gonna get praise and fame. And you see, these people should already know that because you got the 3 holy children, man. Okay.
Yeah, kind.
You got the 3 holy children, man. All right, they weren't burnt up. Our ancestors weren't burnt up. We ain't subjected to that, man. They tried to throw, and then that show you right there. That's what Esau really trying to do with these nukes. He trying to get us burnt up. Why you think here it is? He building bunkers, right? And he's trying to kill us before he actually got to go into the bunker. Now, why is he building a bunker? Which we know is for the nukes. So don't you think if he preparing to go into the bunkers, which is because of the nukes, he know the nukes coming, and the whole time while he was in process of getting it built, he was trying to kill us. Don't you think he wants those nukes and is planning for those nukes to hit us as well?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, which will result in fire. And that goes back into what? The thing that has been, they tried to cast us into the fire.
Exactly.
The holy children.
We could,
but it ain't work, devil.
It didn't work, exactly. And you go make your nukes, what they keep on upgrading them, you know, because he said that furnace 7 times higher, you know. Yep. So they making these weapons more complete, if you will, you know, for further destruction. But at the end of the day,
it's
once
for
again,
their own destruction.
Yeah, it's for your own destruction. It's your own fault. You setting up a trap and you go fall right into it.
Yep, I got you.
Kind. And then also in that book of Romans chapter 9, it tells you that for this very same reason, the thing that has been is just the things that have been that the Lord set up Pharaoh, you know, is just to show His power. So he being set up just so the Lord shows His own power.
Yeah, kind. This is Psalms. Oh my God, God, answer. This is Psalms 11, and I'm gonna start at 5. The Lord tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hated, which is Esau.
Yeah, kind.
And the reason for why he hates Esau, which is these so-called white people, because they making nukes.
Exactly.
Now I'm watching earlier, they talking about, Russia talking about how they just conquered the Mariupol, one of the Mariupol bases, and they just showing you them just rolling through, blowing up everything. Y'all just some destructive ass people, man.
Exactly.
You the damn devil, man. You the waster that was created to destroy. We can't, here it is, we could just can't we all just get along, like Jake said? Like that's the scripture. I am for peace, but they are for war. You know?
Yeah.
I am for peace, but they are for war.
Man.
This is what he'd rather be using the earth to do, build tanks.
Right, all the power in the earth, but yet your major promotion is war.
Yeah, your thought process is to be blowing stuff up and act like you gotta conquer people and I gotta be on a video game. Y'all some weirdos, man.
Yeah,
that's why y'all gonna be destroyed, man. And
And
you in the process of seeing it right now. You got it?
No, and I thought about that earlier, and I thought, like, if you got all the power and all the control of the earth, and your best bid is to trick people into being slaves, you know, like, you just showing yourself you're not really powerful, man. You gotta actually trick people into being slaves. It's a way people became slaves in the ancient time. People would, like, do something that's against the law, and they would have to serve a certain purpose, you know. But we at the point now, going to what we was talking about with depth and owning people and us being slaves, is the fact that we have to, y'all kingdom is so weak, y'all have to trick people into being slaves, man.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Cause I got something going into that. I was holding this earlier. This is Habakkuk 2, and I'm gonna start at 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake, that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein." See? Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetous to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. So that just go into everything you just said and everything we talking about, because he tricked people into the American dream, and it's so spiritual. This is what we're supposed to title this. I forgot. The American dream was a facade. The American dream proves that you people gotta wake up. You know? The American dream proves that this ain't reality, man.
Yeah, fine.
You know? Because you dream when you sleep. And if that's the case, no matter how the dream is perceived, which you would have to be asleep to, you know, be dealing with, right? You gotta come out of it. You have to, it's inevitable. So them telling you the American dream is a thing and it's something that you actually believed and pursued in, you went to sleep. But at some point, you gotta wake back up to whatever the reality truly is for you.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he tricked all these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Making them think being a slave is cool. You know? Which is really, Shalom, which is really due to what? Through that debt that he procured to himself.
Kind of.
You know? You got something?
Yeah, I got the word dream pulled up here.
You got it?
Yeah, so the word dream in the Google search, it says a series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. You know, so it's like a combination of everything we've been talking all day, like the fact that they have the control of the page, the fact that they got the whiteout for that page, the fact that they had to whitewash all of this for this very dream to even, you know, come to be what, like, which is beautifully said, a facade, man. This facade of a dream, man, because you in it, and you got to wake up out of it.
Yeah, the dream is a facade.
Exactly, and it's promoted through images, thoughts, and sensations, and it's all occurring.
Especially if it's really a dream, a dream is a facade if it isn't aligned with truth,
Right,
reality.
Yeah, kind.
You can outright be lied to in a dream. And that's all this one is. It consists of nothing but lies. But this is what? The American dream. You know? That shit hit me. I was getting up. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. You know? The American dream. Jake named himself that. The American dream.
You know? And that's completely it. But you got it.
It's Sirach 34 verse 7. For dreams have deceived many.
Yep.
They have failed that. So like they have failed that put their trust in them.
Why? Because they not real, man.
Exactly.
You know? You hoping it. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, you do have those dreams that you really want to be a reality. So imagine if you actually tried to like wake up and you just kept your eyes closed, like, nah, I'm trying to, you know? You're gonna fail at everything, man. And that's the equivalent. Doing that is the equivalent of what you people doing with trying to like hope this place bounce back. Trying to actually go get a jab you don't need. Why would you do that? Well, in a dream, you had to get the joint and you could be rich.
Yeah.
But in reality, you can't do that because it might make you sick. You might fail. You might die. You might have a heart attack. You might get the monkeypox, which is a new thing breaking up. You know? They say that's the new thing.
Exactly.
That's probably from that, you know?
Just like if I can, just to add to your point, they basically did like a parody on that, if you will, in another movie. Like it wasn't, like the movie wasn't based off of that, but they had like involved that in the movie basically as a way to try to trick mugs to basically, what's the word, to basically get like a set of people, you know what I'm saying, out from like hiding, if you will, which was the movie is called American Ultra, and it's basically like a sleeper agent, you know what I'm saying, and Esau, the government, basically had used that as a way to do set up like martial law, because they were saying it was monkeypox or something like that had got out here, and these were the ones that had started it, you know, so they were basically pushing on this set people to try to, you know what I'm saying, get them out, you know, from hiding, if you will. So.
Yeah, the very fact is that's just the reality of it. That's our reality.
What's that movie called? What?
American Ultra.
Ultra?
Ultra.
Ultra.
Yeah, kind of Ultra. American Ultra.
No, that's the reality of America. That's the American dream. It's not real. It's a facade.
Okay. So yeah, I got something. This Psalms 11 and 5. It says, "The Lord tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hated." I mean, look what's happening. You know, war is worse than it's ever been. Because here it is, all this technology. Everybody can really like come up in this place, if you will, but yet Esau gotta blow some stuff up. We still need tanks.
Exactly.
Trees still gotta get blew up, and we gotta act like we gotta hide under them because it's camouflage. They really think they're in this world that don't even exist. It's like y'all do this for no reason. They look so stupid driving through Ukraine in the middle of nowhere on God's green earth, blowing up stuff.
Blowing up shit.
Grown ass men, like, what are you doing? Just chill. Sit your ass down somewhere, man. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Exactly.
They go back to Habakkuk 2 and 5. They keep it night at home.
Yeah.
But it says, so the point, to close out that point, they really think they about to what? Get us blew up in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Cast us back into that fire, man. Set it 7 times higher. Like, yeah, this is gonna take these niggas out finally, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But it says what?
There was a point on that too. And that's how, and the Lord tries. He tries with fire, you know? I believe that's how that scripture started off.
Yeah, the Lord tried the righteous.
Yeah, kind.
You know, because even we're gonna be down here once them shooting. And we gonna lose faith then? Nah. I ain't lose faith when the cops pulled up on me. I ain't lose faith when I got locked up. You know? I ain't lose faith when I ain't had no money to pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lose faith at any moment, man. You know? Shit. I'm gonna be like, oh, well, the Lord about to get me out of this. You know? But anyway, the whole time it's to get you. You played yourself. You know? Because remember, he created you to do that.
Exactly.
To prove you wrong. Oh, you're supposed to be decimated. If a nuclear bomb explodes, this is what will happen. Anybody in a 60-mile radius, their bones will start to shake, and then their skin will burn off first, and then they will stand, and it will be a slow agonizing death, and then they'll possibly, you know, they got the whole science on how it will happen.
Exactly.
Says who?
Exactly.
You know? But it says,
man,
upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, right? Because you're supposed to escape. If you get the bunker, you're supposed to survive. But everything you do, which is based upon what you think, which the Lord controls, you know what I'm saying? Is subjected to that. So what if you forget, what if the Lord make you forget where your bunker at? Here you go. What if that happened? Which is going to happen, because it says what? Why you thinking those that's supposed to have the bunker going to make it, you know? Because that's how you think stuff work. You deceive our heads, and those that don't, they going to die, which is these poor niggas. They supposed to get burnt up. Daniel and them supposed to get burnt up. You know what I'm saying? Says who? Did a lesson on that. Our Lord is not, he's not bound by science. He's not bound to science, so-called science, something like that. Yeah, science falsely so-called, man. That's what it was. Our power, the Most High is a power that defies science, man. So-called science, right? He's the Most High. He defies science. No, he does defy science, because you're not supposed to be able to run a certain speed, but Jake do it. So how much more the Most High? You know. But anyway, all those that get the bunker supposed to survive, and those that don't get it supposed to die. That ain't how things work. According to this, it says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So y'all creating all these nukes to run from, to only die bound. A lot of y'all not gonna make it to those bunkers. A lot of these so-called white people ain't gonna make it to them bunkers. They're not. It's written. Because if they're the ones with the bunkers, but this is saying the wicked is upon who the Lord gonna rain, right? The fire, the brimstone, the hell. How would that be fulfilled? How? The only ones that's gonna make it in those bunkers is those elites. You got low-level Edomites in America that got money, if you will, but it ain't really nothing. That got bunkers too. Kim Kardashian got a bunker. You think she gonna make it? Oh my God, no, I think we're supposed to turn left down here, go. No, it's a right.
If they even in the situation to do that, man.
Pull up GPS Google, right. You probably don't even have your phone that day, exactly. You probably don't even make it that far.
I think these people have stuff, but they're not even around for it. You know?
You still talking that science. We talking about the Most High. Fuck up the EMPs and all that shit. That shit sound cool now. We ain't worrying about all that shit. We worrying about the Most High. Lord ain't worried about no goddamn EMP. You know what I'm saying? That's why I says in Job, he said, man, let me grab that real quick. This is Job, and then that'll be it for me. This is Job. You know, I ain't really speaking, but this is Job. Job 7, and I'm going to start at verse 8. See if we can, This is Job 7 and 17. It says, what is man? See? Yeah. Let me start at 16. I loathe it. I will not live always. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. Everything with man is vanity, man. When it comes to, you know, what the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reality is the Most High, man, and how things actually work. And when you know how things actually, how all these things actually work, everything become irrelevant, man. You're not subjected to none of this crap no more, man. You know? That's for these people that think on that frame, man, on that wavelength. Now it occurs, we down here operating amongst it. It's happening to us. We get through it. But ultimately, we're not subject to it. We subject to the Most High. Exactly. Like how we say we subject unto the powers that be. But all the powers that be are of the Most High.
The Most High kind.
You know what I'm saying? So really, it's Him. So to work could really be concerned with anything. Your concern should start and end with the Most High. Really.
You got something real quick.
Let me finish this.
Yeah, I got it.
This is verse 17. It says, what is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him? Exactly. What is man that thou should consider as him? Job realized that man ain't shit. The Most High don't consider man.
Exactly.
You know? So the Lord ain't worried about all that, man. That's just the measure he gonna use for pretty much basically the I don't want to sound all, you know, deep, but pretty much, how can I say it simply? Like, niggas is subjected to nukes. A bomb hitting you and exploding. That's really only for the people who believe that.
Exactly. You subject
You know what I'm
to
saying?
it. You subject to it.
It's for them. That's why he said, I have said, ye are gods, but ye shall die like men. Because you thinking like them.
Exactly.
See that?
No, I can't.
That's it.
That's completely it. And that's how many things go in the world. Like, you subject to what you know, put yourself to. You subject to the people that you're around, you know? And if you will, that's a choice, you know, not to take away from our point, you know? The fact that the Lord is in control and you know, ultimately have no free will, but...
Nah, that's the point, because that's what we're going into.
Exactly. Yeah, it comes right back down to that, you know? But point being is you just subject. You're subject to the things that you subject yourself to. If you want to go out, say you about to go get some pizza, man, at a restaurant, and you don't know what they doing in the back. You subject to eating something you might not want to eat.
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, kind.
It says, matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this. Woo! Man. Yeah. Okay, come. This is in the book of Matthew, right? 9:29. The man that was used to create everything, right? It says, he said what? Let me get my damn page flipped. This is crazy. Wow. It says, I'm gonna start at 28. It says, and when he was come, Matthew 9:28, and when he was come into the house, the blind men came to him. And Yahushua said unto them, believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, yeah, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, saying, according to your faith,
Man.
be it unto you.
Yeah. No, that's too heavy. He said, according to your faith, be it unto you. So it's according to your faith, what you believe in, man. What do you really believe in? If you believe that you're going to be destroyed by a nuke, you might as well just give it up now.
I got one more too.
That's what you're going to be subject to.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord said, I don't know if that's what you'll get, but he said, you know, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you know, if you tell this mountain, you know what I'm saying, to move these hints, he go move out that mountain. He's talking about a whole mountain. Yep. And we know that mountain is obviously what's in front of us right now, which is the so-called white man's rulership, his dominion. You know, we go tell it to get out the way, and then what's going to happen? And that's because we have that faith to believe, and ultimately the power already told us it's going to happen. So for those who actually believe in what this power is telling us, those are the ones who are going to receive that. And he says you got to have that faith. You have to have the faith, you know? So your faith is going to prove through what? Your actions, your belief, and it's going to show forth when the Lord moves.
Yeah, I got something.
You got it.
So yeah, it says in next verse, and their eyes were opened. And Yahushua straightly charged them, saying, see that no man knoweth this. I'll read it from what's it called? From the previous one more time. Verse 29, it says, then touched he their eyes, saying, according to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were opened. And Yahushua straightly charged them, saying, see that no man know it. So yeah, self-explanatory.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 17:20. It says, we're gonna start at 18. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart, and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. And that's the point. And nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Man, that's
So as
powerful.
your faith is, so let it be unto you, man.
Yeah, that's powerful. He said as a mustard seed. You know, a mustard seed, according to the scriptures, it's the smallest grain, you know, of all herbs. You know, and that mustard seed, that little bitty grain grows to be, you know, one of the largest trees. It says so big that birds perch in it. Like people live in it, you know?
So your faith go a long way.
It goes a long way, you know? A little bit goes a long way, you know?
Yeah, and then it kept so those nukes only subject to the Lord made the missiles for those that believe they subject to get hit with missiles. Now, you do got to add this in because, well, what do you say about our people that had an attitude but they don't believe in this? Well, that goes into those that's going about. Let me just grab it. This is Romans 10 and 2. I'm gonna start at 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. So you have some that come into this level of thinking, this method of thinking as well, right? But they didn't get it by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Right.
So it really it's not right.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
It says, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. For Hamashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, you know, and we know the law ultimately works death, but the point of getting at is what? You know, you might have some, because you got jakes that do talk on that wavelength. You know, I just am, you know, as it be unto you, Jake don't even know the scriptures.
Yeah, exactly.
They gonna die in that, man.
Exactly.
Because they didn't get it through this. You know? So the nukes was only made for those that believe they subject to getting hit by them that don't know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know?
Yep.
Those that know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua don't believe that because you know everything start with Yahweh and it ends with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We straight, man.
Okay.
That's why I say there is no condemnation. We grab it. This is Romans 8 and 1. Therefore, there is therefore no condemnation, meaning destruction, etc. It says, to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. What's the Spirit? The Spirit is the Word. Let me grab that. This is St. John 6 and 63. It says, it is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So it got to be the words that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said to where you think on that wavelength.
Exactly.
As your faith so it be unto you. Because you really run into a Jake that ran into that train of thought.
Yeah,
but it went through,
exactly.
you know?
It's not according to this.
It's of the Spirit, but he don't know it.
Exactly.
But that's what it is. You got to know it, you know? Not according to knowledge. It's supposed to be according to knowledge.
It's supposed to be according to knowledge.
The time come when the Most High,
That's that zeal.
when the true worshipers shall worship the Most High in spirit and truth. But they that
Exactly.
worship the Most High must worship him in spirit and truth. You trying to come in that Most High energy.
Exactly.
I am that I am.
Right.
Man, listen, if you ain't get that understanding through this, it's over with, man. You ain't got the spirit.
It was like the
You
woman.
can't be spiritual without the words, man.
Exactly.
Which is the spirit. You got it.
Like the woman at the well. You know, she obviously knew the word, you know. But just going to the fact, he said we know who we know who we worship. You know, it's a known thing there. You know,
Salvation. Then he went into. He said. Then he went into.
salvation. Yeah, it's completely lined up. I was watching a video.
This is the only thing linked with salvation.
Exactly. This is the only thing that's linked with salvation.
Not dying.
Exactly. Perfect point too. I was watching a video of men putting together guns. you know, and you could put a gun together and it could look like it's gonna work perfectly. But if you mix one spring or one move and putting that gun together, it's not going to do the job, you know. And it's sort of just in line with what we're saying. The fact is, if you could look the part, you could sound the part, but if all parts aren't put together the correct way, it's not going to be any action. You know, you could pull that trigger, you're not going to get.
You over here, you step back over there. Ain't nobody over there.
You could bring out what you had too,
Con.
real quick.
Let me finish this too.
Yeah, con.
That's it.
Yep.
This Romans 8 and 1. It says, "There is therefore no condemnation to them that which are in Hamashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit." Right, because somebody that may have come into this level of thinking, but not through Yahushua, that's somebody that got it carnally. You know what I'm saying? They basically being carnal. They probably go out, sit in the sun, and sit in a yoga position, looking like the Baphomet. You know, they practice yoga. They do all these extorting of their body positions, like they possessed with a demon. Nigga don't eat no meat,
Exactly.
because he said you ain't supposed to eat meat, which is completely off. That's somebody in the flesh. He didn't get that being spiritual, you know, or she didn't. It says, "For the law of the spirit of life in Hamashiach hath made me free from the law of sin and death." So this is what's connected to salvation and not dying. So the missiles is only made, which is being formed right now through the devil's enterprise to take out, Jake. But that's only going to be subject to the Jakes and even y'all, but y'all don't know it, but to the Jakes that believe they subject to being hit with missiles. Yeah. And even if they don't think that, but they think that way, not due to knowing Yahweh Basham Yahushua, they gonna get those the ones that's gonna get hit with the missiles. Y'all ain't gonna get us.
Con.
You got it.
Yeah, you can bring. Yes.
This is Proverbs 16 verse 7. It says, when a man's ways please the Lord Yahweh, Basham Yahushua, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Yeah, and those enemies that's gonna be at peace with you. But again, we said them nukes, man. The nukes are to destroy your people, but the Lord can make those things be at peace with you. And if you want to speak on it, you can real quick.
Yeah, no, just adding to the point, what they said, if your ways please the Lord, in the sense of your faith up where it needs to be at, you not believing that you're gonna be hit with those nukes. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna make that manifest. You know what I'm saying? If your faith is there, you know what I'm saying? If you in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? In spirit and truth, you know what I'm saying? So what is it?
Obadiah 1:8.
Obadiah chapter 1 verse 8, it says, "Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?"
Yeah, so the Lord said even in that day he's going to destroy the wise men out of Edom. And ultimately, the wisdom, the knowledge that they have, that they're that they have subjected to the world, it's not going to be so. So them believing that they making nukes right now that is going to destroy these people, they go, walk out, they go leave out in the white horse, and everything is going to be, and their world is going to progress. Like, no, the Lord said he's going to destroy even the wise men out of them, out of their nation. That wisdom is going to be, it's not going to obtain. It's not going to uphold them. And it's just furthering the point of the fact that our faith in this truth in the Heavenly Father, ultimately, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is what's going to uphold us. We're going to be upheld through having faith in the true power, which is the power. You keep on reading on there.
I got the scripture too. It says, continuing here, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau.
Yep. Destroy understanding out of the mount of Esau. Just imagine in that day when they planned on go through. It's a bunch of people they perceive to be niggas, worthless pieces of nothing, uprise out of that, come out that fire, like the 3 holy children. They fired in burners. We dancing around in the fire. You see? It's gonna be to their confoundation. You got what you got.
Con.
You can bring out what you have.
Yeah, I got. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 14. It says, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." If I can, Esau thinking himself to be, you know what I'm saying, to ascend above the heights of the clouds and be like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's like him thinking, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be safe. You know what I'm saying? That's basically him thinking, because the Most High is in a position where he's safe. You know what I'm saying? He not getting hit with none of the nukes, or, you know what I'm saying, none of that fire. So, Esau being proud, you know what I'm saying, and being lofty, he thinking, because he got, these bunkers, that he gonna be able to basically hold himself from, you know what I'm saying, those perils, you know what I'm saying, from the flames and the nukes, but that's not the case, because the Lord said, it says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit."
If I could real quick too, on that first verse, is showing his God complex.
Right.
The furtherance of it, obviously you said that, showing his proudness, but that's that God complex. It's further proving the point that he believes that he's the I am, and he's not, man. But you got it. I got like 2 more scriptures. I'm gonna hand it over to you, brother, to work.
And see, the Lord said, to the sides of the pit, that's like to the brother's point that he said before, you know what I'm saying? You dig that pit, but you won't be the one to fall into it. You know what I'm saying? That's to the sides of the pit.
Yeah, kind.
So,
if you could get Ecclesiastes 1:1, or 1 and 2.
Kind. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 2, "Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities. All is vanity."
Yeah, so all is vanity. And that's really what we coming into realization of. That's what you have when you get the truth, man. All this stuff that we see in front of us is vanity. All the tribulation, the horrors and stuff that might seem like something is really all vanity, because there's one true power. And according to his words, if you have faith in him, you could be saved, man. We simply are awaiting the day that the Lord, is willing to show his power. So he's letting Esau rack up right now and do as he pleases according to his, so-called thought process. But at the end of the day, this is all vanity, man. Meaning it's empty, it's nothingness. And then you can grab me Sirach 10 and 9. It's either 10 and 9 or 10 and 8, one another.
Sirach chapter 10 and verse 9, it says, "Why is earth and ashes proud?"
Yeah, why is earth and ashes proud? These people, they was built the same way everybody else was, man. They was made out of the ground. It was made of the Most High. But they wasn't his selected, pot, if you will, And there's also talking to you on wicked jakes out there too. Why is earth and ashes proud? We are vanity, man. We are vanity until the Lord changes us and give us, reality. So why is earth and ashes proud? That's a question to consider. You can finish it.
It says, "There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such and one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels."
Yeah, and I was meaning to get that earlier, but simple point being, man, we can't sell out into this world. We, gotta stay into what reality is at all point. We come here and we have to continue this. It's not 1 minute here, we here, not 1 minute we out. It's you can't serve 2 masters. You can't have.
Sit at 2 different tables.
You can't have both, man. Because faith is faith, man. If you truly believe, you truly believe. And if you don't, that's what you're going to equate to. You got to have the knowledge according to what the truth is, man. You can't have it according to what you believe. You have to be on that straight gate. Once you leave the straight gate, as we know, according to the book of 2 Ezra chapter 7, it's fire on one side and it's an ocean on the other, man. You on a straight gate. It ain't no turning back. Only one man going at a time, and it might be a man behind you. So you have one way to go ultimately, and it's narrow, and you have to stay on it. The moment that you leave that, ultimately, you fell, So I got it. It's on you, brother.
Give me give me let's get Psalms 145, where it talks about the everlasting kingdom.
Little everlasting, Psalms 145. Like Khan, yeah. Everything the brothers were saying, man. You know, about this place being vanity, about you not serving two masters at the same time. You know, we understand that this place is coming to an end, and it's very, very close. You know, in Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, it talks about the end being manifest, and you know, like everything has a beginning and an end. You know, but something that's not gonna end, something that we're gonna be coming into, not like this place, is an eternal kingdom. You know, a kingdom that's gonna last forever. Something that's not vanity. Going back to the Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter and the 1st verse, that the brother Mahar brought out. You know, vanity going into corrupt and vain and a mist. You know, something that's able to perish, or something that's not gonna perish, that we're fastly approaching, is the kingdom of heaven. You got that, brother?
Yep. This is Psalms 145 and verse 13. It says, "Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom."
Now, everlasting means forever. You know, it's gonna last forever. There's no time span, like how everything on this side has an expiration date. You know, you might even can food, these bodies, you know, these vehicles that these people are driving. Everything, it has an expiration date to it, you know, including Esau Edom's rulership as a whole. It's got an expiration date. It's gonna come to an end. You know, these people don't know what's coming to them, you know, which is nuclear missiles, right? Go ahead.
It says, "And thy dominion endured throughout all generations."
Throughout all generations, you know, our kids are gonna be inheriting the kingdom, man. You know, and it's gonna go on forever. But you can only do that through Yahushua. You can only get to that through this word. This word is, again, it's the only thing that talks about salvation. It's the only thing that's really living in, you know, in this place of darkness, you know, in this world, right? And that's why we're likened unto the lively stones, is because we have this word in us, you know, and we're able to bring it out to other people, you know. It's like it's a seed and it grows, you know. Give me from there, give me John, the 12th chapter and the 48th verse. You got it.
John chapter 12 and verse 48, it says, "He that rejecteth me and receiveth not my word hath one that judgeth him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day."
Right. So this is Yahushua speaking. He said, if you reject me, you're gonna be judged, man. A terrible judgment. You know, you're gonna be pretty much subject to the things of this earth, right? People fear men, you know, rather than the Lord, rather than the Most High, which could get them killed. You know, they're fearing the person behind the gun, or not even behind the gun. They're fearing the person. They're fearing the actual gun itself. Correct. You know, when the Lord, He has the capability, He has the power, He's the Almighty power to be able to stop that gun, to stop that gun from even, you know, shooting out that bullet. You know, from He got the power to jam that gun, right? And yeah, if you don't have the Most High, and if you don't have His Son, you're subject to all the things that are coming to this place, being famine, being you know, Esau Edom, his devices, being Satan's devices. You had something, brother?
Yeah, Car. That's just to add to that, pestilence.
Yeah, the monkeypox that are coming, you know, that are here, you know,
right?
All that disease.
If I can't add, the elder brother, he had made a point in you know, a lesson that he had did. You know, just the other day, you know, pertaining to you know, these women can be a pestilence onto you. You know what I'm saying? Just the people that you around. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where they at all times, so that, you know, they can be subject to the pestilence and bring that you know, upon you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not careful. But I had a quick scripture just to add to the point. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
We got it.
Con, yeah, if you want to,
You got it.
Con, yeah, to just add to the brother's point. You know what I'm saying? You being scared of a man and that gun. You know what I'm saying? Rather than the one who's controlling that man. You know what I'm saying? That man and the gun. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, if you will, because the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Man, deviseth his way, but the Lord directed the steps. You know what I'm saying? So, ultimately, you shouldn't be scared of the man and the gun. You should be scared of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one that's really controlling everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right, Art. You know, scriptures tell you to fear the Most High rather than men. You know, you ought to fear the Most High rather than men. And if you're not fearing the Most High, he don't see he really don't have any care for you, really, at the end of the day. You know, because the scriptures tell you that he only loves them that dwelleth with wisdom. You know, and the ultimate wisdom, the perfection of wisdom is fearing the Most High, is the perfect fear of the Most High, right? And when you fear the Most High, he's gonna provide for you. You know, those in these scriptures doing what they gotta do on this side, they're gonna be safe. You know, they're gonna be under the wings of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, all through Yahweh Shai. Give me 1 Peter, the 5th chapter. I believe we can start at the 5th verse. Because when, right around the same time, the tornadoes were hitting, around here, you had brothers and sisters that believed in Yahweh Shai dwelling here, and they didn't get touched. I believe we're even going into this last week, about, the men of the Lord, the sisters in Yahweh Shai, them not being judged. Now you're chastised, but you're not really. A big judgment hasn't came to anybody dwelling in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai like that, man. And it won't. As long as you're in the Heavenly Father and Him and His Son, you're gonna be saved, man. You're gonna be okay. That's why the scriptures tell you. He that calls on Yahweh Shai is gonna be saved in that day, man. But you got it, brother.
Let me see. You gotta know his true name. 6. Is that what you looking for?
You can start at 6, yeah.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 6. Humble yourselves.
Now, the scriptures tell you, the Lord tells you to humble yourselves, man. A lot of this place, a lot of people in this place are proud, man. That's why it's gonna be wiped off the face of the earth because of their pride. You got proud Edomites, proud other nations. You got proud Jakes out here, man. And that's why the scriptures tell you before pride cometh destruction. So this place is just bound to happen. This is bound to happen to America, man. It's gonna utterly be destroyed, wasted. Yep. And the smoke's gonna go up forever, man.
You grab that too?
No, stop. No.
Keep it right
Yeah,
here.
keep it right there. You keep going.
This is, says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High. It says that He may exalt you in due time.
And that's that you being safe, dwelling in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai in that time. When you're dwelling in Him, you're able to be pretty much exalted among these nations. All these other nations, their riches are gonna be vanity in that day. Their riches aren't gonna be able to give them food. But you dwelling in this word, you're gonna be, miracles are gonna come to you, man. Miracles are gonna come to you in a way that you wouldn't even have ever thought possible, man. That's the faith. Thinking that the Lord could, bring, He said that He could raise up bodies from stones, man. So what makes you think He can't just make food appear from out of nowhere?
Too many
Miraculous
accounts.
things like that. Yeah, there's too many accounts in the scriptures, and we always got to go back to these accounts. Remember on the things of old, man, because that's what's gonna keep us stable, knowing that it's actually possible. I heard the brother before I had got here, the other brother Shawiyah, he had mentioned the 3 holy children. Things like that, man. Anything is possible with the Lord. Like Kevin Garnett, how he said, anything is possible. That's the faith of the hopeful elect, man. You got it, brother.
It says, verse 7, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you.
Whenever you deal with anything, man, anything, in this time, at this time, you cast your cares upon the Lord. You know. Keep going. Keep going, brother.
It says, verse 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
And these are the damn devils that the Bible speaks of. You know, you so-called white people, man. You Edomites, right? The Lord tells you to be vigilant. You know, be sober, man. You know, because you never know how this devil's gonna strike. At the same time, while all this is going on, while you got all this stuff going on, he's still launching rocket ships out there in outer space, man. So-called, you know, that's what he says, and that's what he says on his news, right? We keep going on that, brother.
Ask him the question. If you ask him.
You said what type of religion? What's your nationality? Indian? Well, we're the Israelites. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We're the people that's written about in the Bible. When you read the Bible, it's the Hebrew Israelites, right? And we come out here for the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native American Indians. We proclaim the downfall of America, right? We're here to proclaim Yahushua. We're here to tell everybody that the person on the image isn't Jesus Christ. You know, Jesus Christ is actually a so-called black man according to the Bible, right? And we're able to prove it. We're able to go through the scriptures and prove everything with it. Yeah, we're not a religion. This is our heritage. Right? Yep. Thank you. Yep. Keep going on that one. Yeah, it should be a little bit more on the First Peter.
So like, if I can, I got a quick scripture too.
Yeah, you got it,
to the point.
You got it.
This is Sirach 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And you know, as the brother was just going on to say, you know what I'm saying, you can't trust this devil because you don't know how you gonna strike next. You know, I said he makes covenants with people and breaks them. That's what he's known for. We got his track record. We see that's exactly what he's done. You know what I'm saying? With all of our people, you know. So we keep going on that.
Give me group 4 and 6. Yeah, because what's coming to the so-called white man is coming to all you other nations as well. You know, being hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery, man, in the Bible. Why? Because you guys sold the Israelites, man, into captivity, right? You guys placed the Israelites into captivity. Every captivity that the Israelites were in were under these heathen, man. You know, and the Lord, he's gonna pay you back for that. You know, he is gonna pay you back for that, because you're really the Lord's enemies, man. You know. You got it, brother. Whenever you got it.
This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 6.
I got one more after this, brother.
You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath.
Yep.
You were delivered onto the enemies.
See that? So these nations, these other nations, these heathen nations, are the Lord's enemies according to the Bible, man. And what's coming to you is destruction, you know, in this place of vanity. Now let's close out with 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter. And I think that's the 43rd verse. Yep.
Second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 43, it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
And that day of doom is gonna be caused by these intercontinental ballistic missiles that, you know, Esau Edom is gonna launch, and all these other nations are gonna launch right here on America, man. You got it.
And this is you know, if I can, this is the narration of, you know what I'm saying, of life to come, you know what I'm saying, of now and to come. All these things that the brother, you know what I'm saying, and the elder brother and the other brother have gone on to speak on. These are all the narrations of life now and to come. But continuing here, it says, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
And that's all vanity, you know. These bodies, everything with it, everything with this place, man. You know, that's why in the I believe that 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, in the 13th verse, it tells you that there's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth, man. And that's what we're slowly approaching. That's what That's what we're fastly approaching. And you know, that's what we're looking forward to, man.
Because the fashion of this world passes away.
Yeah, but with that, we're gonna have to go ahead and close out.
So get Psalms real quick. Psalms 90 and 12.
So like you said 90 and 12?
Yeah, 90 and 12. Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms chapter 90, verse 12, it says, so teach us to number our days.
Yeah, like the brother said, it's all coming to an end, you know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, the immortality to come. So what's going on right now is what's going on, and what's to come is this no longer going on. Okay? So the Lord is telling us to teach it, to tell ourselves to teach us to number our days. You know? You don't know your days. This could be your last time hearing this truth. You could be out the truth. You could be in the truth today and gone tomorrow, man. So take advantage while you can, man, because it's an easy thing in the day of death for the Lord to reward man according to his works, man. You know, so it's faith and works, but you got it.
It says that we may apply our hearts, our minds unto wisdom.
Yeah, always keep that in your train of thought, you know, because you're going to need the wisdom and knowledge in that time and what's to come. That's going to be your stability. You only got time to acquire all that now. Okay?
It says, return, O Yahweh, how long?
Yeah, because the Lord about to return. Go ahead, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Go ahead.
It says,
He's going to return in the name of Yahweh Shai. The Lord ain't coming off the throne, right? Go ahead. And oh, how long what? Come on.
And let it repent thee concerning thy servants.
Yeah, how long? This is why we got to number our days, because we don't know. You know, things picking up. Everything is in place right now. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
It says, O satisfy us early with thy mercy.
Yeah, the devil making it clear what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is saying, satisfy us with his mercy, man. Yeah, that legendary mercy. You know, mercy to the point if you get put in fire, heard that mercy you had on Daniel and them, man. To where we ain't even burnt. It feel like mist in there. Feel like water. You know what I'm saying?
Cold.
You know? Yeah, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, man. You got it.
It says,
So-called, right? Go ahead.
that we may rejoice and be glad all our days.
Right. We want that mercy we read about. And the mercy that it said to come that isn't wrote about. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us.
Because he said when he returned, according to Jeremiah 16, what?
Trevor, you want to
It's no longer going to be said, the Lord liveth that delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that delivered the children of Israel out of the land of the north. And that's going to be why things that has never been done. The whole nation ain't never been beamed up on the ship, man. In a sense, if you will, how it's about to be now. People of our nation has been beamed up on ships. Elijah, Yahushua, you know, you got it.
It says, make us glad according to...
Basically Moses, you know, that's what's to come. You got it.
Make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us, and the years wherein we have seen evil.
So as long as we've been afflicted, we're gonna be made to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's been basically forever. We've been in captivity forever. So read that verse one more time.
Psalms 90 and 15. Make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us,
Yeah, go ahead.
and the years wherein we have seen evil.
You can take a picture of this. We'll do video.
Yeah, not us.
You can take a picture of this.
Yeah.
though.
Go ahead. You see that Satan. Read that one more time, brother. Come on.
It says, make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us.
Yeah. And that's what we got to come, man. We about to be made glad as long as we've been made sad, which has basically been forever. All you knew was sadness, really, since you came into the earth. You know? So that's what's to come, man. Immortal happiness. A perpetual happiness. Go ahead.
In the years wherein we have seen evil.
Right. Go ahead.
Let thy
And
work.
that's been in every kingdom. So it only makes sense for us to have every kingdom under our kingdom. You know, every race. But go ahead.
Let thy work appear unto thy servants, and thy glory unto their children.
So what's about to come? We're about to see more chariot sightings, you know, and they're going to manifest more than they ever manifested before to us. You know, you're going to start seeing them come down lower. You're going to start seeing more of them. It might be over your home more. You might actually see them in, you know, more ways than just how they appear, which is like as a star. You know what I'm saying? They're going to actually start showing stuff. Watch. Let their glory be seen, man. That's what's to come. Go ahead.
It says, verse 17, and let the beauty of the Lord Yahweh, our God, be upon us.
Yeah, we about to get power too. And everybody gonna see we call by the Lord's name in the time to come. When we kept from everything, we kept from the famine, the pestilence, the sword, you know what I'm saying? The subjection, the fear, you know, the disarray. Everybody gonna see the glory of how about Shemel Shah on us, man. You know? Period.
It says, and establish thou the work of our hands upon us. Yea, the work of our hands establish thou it.
Yeah, and don't forget our labor of love. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be paid back. So you got it. That was it on that?
Con.
You got it.
Con. Yeah, no, that was all I had, brother.
Yeah, con.
So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close out. We're gonna face the east. We're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahakadashakar.
Other brother, if you got any closing statements.
Yeah, that's it. Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Kwame Ashala.
Kwame Ashala.
Shalom.